So I'm just gonna stick to the facts because I can't explain it. So I can say it's just what happened. So she cut my hair. She severely bruised my wrist. It is beyond fucking painful, and my arm. Um, and I can feel that I was sexually assaulted in both areas. The dogs are just super wigged out. I think they get it worse because they actually see these demonic people, and I don't, you know. Hi. Hi. And I think they don't have any idea or concept or even of what is going on. Or, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they're like, holy shit, like these people are demons or these things are demons, and we're not being protected. But I feel awful. My neck here just hurts a ton. My spine hurts. My feet hurt. My ankle, my right ankle. These are the facts. My lips all chapped. I was knocked unconscious at did I stay awake till 4? I don't really know. I know I came back and I think it was like 3. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. What is there to say? Like, no one's gonna fucking believe me. I can't even fucking believe it. Seriously. And it definitely makes me question some really big things, which is, again, like, maybe everybody that's labeled schizophrenic is actually, like, seeing stuff that's real, hearing stuff that's real that nobody else sees or hears. I mean, there's a lot of it in the air already, which sucks. But we'll just walk around a lot, as much as I can physically handle. They like it, so that's going to be the choice to get out today, unless the sun comes out and the snow disappears. I mean, I could drive in it, but I don't know. Anyhow, where am I going to go? And do what? It's like, this is happening. I'm not fucking shitting you. I am not shitting you. And I can't get help. And I'm very nervous about leaving my dogs here. Because I'm in their facility, I'm on their land, and this is happening. Which also, I keep passing some Native Americans, and I get this feeling they're like smirking at me, and I'm like, this is a very small town, and I'm already getting attitude from the cashiers and blah blah blah. But I'm like, are Native Americans and Native Hawaiians demons? That would sound racist, but I'm not saying it from that perspective. I'm saying it from, holy fuck, what the fuck's going on? And keep coming back to oh god, that shit's covering my eyes. I keep coming back to that Army intelligence guy that I happened to run into at Kapiolani Park with my mom and him, and he was with another guy, and they were droning. They had a drone, and he literally purposely came over and started talking to me. And again, I don't look good, guys. Like, please. He was very interested in the dogs, and it's like he felt like he already knew them. Wow, my coccyx hurts. Lots of sodomy last night. Yay. And he was just like, pretty much like, you stepped in shit. Like, he's like, how do you fuck up living here. It's so amazing. Because I was like, oh, you like living here? And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, and he's like, well, do you like it? And I'm like, yeah, you know, it can be good. It can be bad, you know, like any place, I guess. Yeah, and then he basically said, you stepped in shit. And can't remember his exact words. If I could, I would tell you. Because obviously that would help. But yeah, and then I thought to myself, you know, and then he told me about how Hawaii's, like, with Washington, D.C., are the two top intelligence places in the country, and, you know, that he worked for Army intelligence, and blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. Yeah. And and then it made me think of Jeffrey Kuhn, because he's my former neighbor in Manoa Valley, and the one that the rapists would just hang out on the other side of his fence and torment me. And before they were rapists, or for at least, I don't think they were doing that when I was back there. I mean, my mind is feeling a bit like, huh. But yeah, for that 6.5 years I was living at that house, they were just always going behind the fence, and that was just more like terrorizing, tormenting. Um, I mean, maybe they were coming in, but they weren't doing that. Yeah, I don't think so. They were doing other stuff, but not that. Um, but yeah, he is a physicist, which sucks for the good side. Um, and that stuff is getting on my skin. And he was really the one who commandeered having the I can't even think, like one of those observatory things. He studies the stars and stuff like that, I think. I'm having a hard time right now thinking. But yeah, because I'm inhaling toxic shit as I speak. And I've been inhaling it, and I was put out last night. But he, I mean, from what I read in the online, which was in the local papers, he was like the whole big dude behind getting the telescope, that's what it's called, onto Haleakala, which is on Maui. And it's weird because you hear a lot. You can like Google Mauna Kea and just see like a shit ton of stuff, and like the Hawaiians just fighting tooth and nail to like not let that happen, and all the countries that are waiting for it to be built and have contributed money, I guess, to have it built, and all plan on using it, and for, you know, gaining data and stuff. And anyhow, but you really didn't hear anything about Haleakala. So, but that would make him on the bad side with the sovereignty, like the sovereignty and Hawaiians in general, because that would be considered a sacred mountain. And they actually did have an article about why there wasn't much hoopla about it, and how it's on different land, and so the Hawaiians couldn't really fight it, and there was very little protesting and stuff like that. But that would make Jeffrey Kuhn somebody that would be literally an enemy of the Hawaiian people, because he built a telescope on top of their sacred mountain. But in learning about that, I also learned that the Army, it's built in this sort of like, I don't know, it sounds like it's sort of like a scientific encampment. And there are 4, I think, telescopes up there from the Army intelligence guys. And I think there might be more than that. So he would be up there with them. He should be their enemy, but yet I saw them when I was back in Hawaii in his yard, total sovereignty guys, shirts and everything, planting native plants for him in his yard. They did a really great job doing a tree trim, whereas I got a really shitty job done by Adrian, but that was on purpose. Super shitty to the point where I had other people go, hey, you need to trim your tree. And I was like, my huge lychee tree. And I was like, I just got that done. I know it sucks. It looks horrible. Paid thousands of dollars for him to do that. And that was purposeful because I know he can do a better job than that. He just purposely did that. But yeah, if there were demons, then the Army intelligence guys would know about it. But nobody is going to save us. So I'm going to make a plea right now that somebody come forward and take my dogs. And because can I leave them here and it's safe? No, we're sitting here and being gassed on their property. Or I say gassed, I don't even know what the fuck it is. You know? And trust me, if I had a delusion and a story, I'm a very detailed person and I like stories. I would have that all figured out in my story. There wouldn't be all this, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. My asshole feels horrible. My coccyx hurts. It just would make me think I was sodomized from historic stuff. We'll see if I start pooping in my pants today. My wrist is just fucked. I would have a better story if I were making it up. Because don't delusional people have like a very